Hi, my wicked problem is air quality, and my question is how Mexico City can keep air quality control. The problem itself have huge significance to me because I grew up in Mexico City. My family is from Mexico City, and Mexico City is the capital of Mexico, and the entire republic depends on the health or productivity of the capital. And the significance of this problem is broader than just humans. It affects an entire area of the country. It affects living things, plants, all animals. All oxygen itself is contaminated by private companies or inhabitants or by the inhabitants too. So air quality by itself is not a problem, but bad air quality it's a wicked problem because um, it seems to have no endpoint. It seems to have no basic solution to cleaning the entire air. It seems that there's no specific approach to the problem, and the more you try to solve it, the more like the more the problem increases. So it is a wicked problem by the simple fact that it has no defined solution, and the urgency of the problem is so high that the risk factor is on red alert now, but in the pollutant scale. And I think that this is wrong, and uh, there has to be someone responsible maintaining this quality of air optimal for living conditions. So this logically represents that the government is being inefficient, and there has to be some answer why the government has been inefficient by the last 30 years and why these problems have been increasing by the last 30 years. So I think that this the air quality or bad air quality is just the tip of the iceberg of how big or how complex this problem, because there are stakeholders, there's corruption, there is ignorance, there is overproduction, there is false information, and all of that couples together to make air quality horrible and unlivable for Mexicans. And I anticipate to have difficulties in personally because for me, the more I understand or the more I explore the problems that Mexico City has and that city that I've been living in has an emotional impact on me because I've been living under a government that has been inefficient, and I've been um, and I rely all of my positions on the stand of environmental scientists who are in Mexico City, and they explain that this problem is bigger or bigger than the efficiency of the government. Here is Ecocid. So here my inquiry is gonna be based on the government information, which I don't know if it's reliable, but I hope so. Is the government, and on my favorite environmental scientist called Victor M. Toledo. He has his book called Ecocide in Mexico, Ecocide, which is like homicide, but like homicide is for people. Ecocide is for ecology. So it's like a killing the ecology in Mexico, and La Batalla Final es por la Vida. So the last battle is for life. In this book, he explains all the problems about like the modern Mexico. It explains how this wicked problem also has the stakeholders or indigenous stakeholders with against non-indigenous stakeholders who they all claim rights to land, like to rights to quality of air and a lot of that. So he explains how this problem is just more than an environmental problem. It explains how the interactions between people can also indirectly create environmental problems, as in indigenous people take care of the land and non-indigenous people is exploiting and depleting the land. So there's a lot of point of views being being hitting against each other, and that's why I think it's difficult in Mexico, because there is a lot of ideologies who clash against each other. And also I think that this is this is relevant to the class, because Mexico City is a great opportunity to show other cities that living conditions can become better, and also show other cities that even though we are not the richest country and we're allowed, just per capita we're poor, we can work together as a society and improve our living conditions. So that's why I took this problem, and I hope growing to grow more the more I learn about it.